about Hospice of the Calumet Area, the incredible, phenomenal people and events that happen that really are catalysts for our Cherishing Life philosophy. And no other show would be greater than this show and my two guests today, um, who I just met a couple of weeks ago. But Jake, why don't you introduce yourself and your partner here and talk to us a little bit about what you guys are doing here at Local Laborers 41.
Okay. My name is Jacob Catazone. I am a part of Local 41 Laborers, and I recently joined the Laborers VOC, and that is basically a movement that our international, which controls all the local unions in the state, has gone out and tried to start up a movement. It's called Labor Rising, and having committees throughout the unions, the VOC, and it is a volunteer committee that is trying to get out in the community and help everybody. And we're going around trying to start up different things. And one of our partners that we've come up with was Hospice of Calumet, and we're doing a car show, and we are looking around, trying to try different things. As I said with the car show, we're going to do Hot Rods for Hospice, which I think is a really great name.
That was a cool name.
And I think that with this car show, we can start something really big. It's a fun event. We are going to go, I think, 100 cars to start, and we can pre-register cars. It's going to be at Local 41. This is one of our hall officers, Donnie Roach. He is one of the main men over at Local 41.
One of the five.
One of the five?
One of the five.
One of the other five was actually the one that come up with the name Hot Rods for Hospice, Scott Sparks. And I as soon as we heard it, we were like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, looking for a sponsor or somebody to partner with in a charity car show, and what better than right next door to Local 41? I mean, and it's such a great cause.
Well, we appreciate it. You know, that's the amazing thing that about this job, I think, guys, Donnie and Jake, that, you know, I've been here 7 years now, and how many wonderful people have just come to us and said, you know, I love the mission that you guys do, the work that you guys do. It touches everybody's life. It impacts a lot of folks, and they want to give back. And I don't think people realize that, you know, there's a lot of hospices out there, and we are one of just a few not-for-profit hospices. And people say, well, what does that mean? You know, not-for-profit, for-profit. You know, we basically Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance covers all of hospice care, so people don't have to pay for it. The only time they have to pay is if they need extra care and they go to a facility like our Riley House, which is located just 2 blocks just south of us. And we do have that. And so folks have to pay a $200 overnight fee. It's called a room and board fee, and we are obligated to charge that. But as a not-for-profit, if somebody comes to us and they can't afford that, we say don't worry about it. You know, we'll figure it out, and our number one priority is your family's care. And to offer that to people is amazing. And the only way we can do that is generosity through things like that you guys are doing, our donors that love us and support us and encourage our mission. And so we're really grateful for people like you, because every penny counts. And, you know, our number one thing is educating folks about hospice care, because we're all impacted by it, right? It's not like a Boy Scout or a Little League program, which I love both of those. But, you know, it's a niche group. It touches everybody, you know. And I think this is it's really incredible that you guys have reached out. And you guys are our neighbors, so that's pretty cool.
Well, it's just such a perfect situation. We were sitting around at a table thinking about, well, what can we do? One of our members, Charles Braun, he came up with the idea of doing a car show for a charity, and all the proceeds, which is $25 a piece per car, will all go straight to hospice. We're hoping to bring in about $2,500. After all expenses paid, maybe closer to $2,000. We're going to have a taco truck. So, I mean, even if you don't have a car, you could come, have a good time, look at all the fancy cars.
Yeah.
I know we're trying our best to make it a good time.
And motorcycles. Don't forget the motorcycles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I forgot about motorcycles.
Cool. Now, who came up with the idea?
One of our members, his name was Charles Braun.
Now, does Charles have a hot rod?
I believe he used to have a Mustang.
Okay.
I believe. I wouldn't quote me on that, but I know he's done a car show with some other people, some other of his friends, and he says it always turns out good. And how many trophies did we get?
We've got a total, I think, with the motorcycles, you've got, what, eight? 9?
I think first place, second place, third, and then specialty trophies at a best classic, best foreign, best truck, and then 2 motorcycle trophies.
It's funny because, when I announced it at our partner meeting just last week, a couple of the CNAs and a nurse came to me and said, hey, I need one of those flyers because
Really?
I know my boyfriend or so-and-so, my husband's got a hot rod, and it's pretty cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah, you don't even know how many people out there have those hot rods who love that kind of thing, and I think this is really exciting because this is something different than we've ever done before.
Absolutely.
And I think that's pretty cool because it brings a whole new audience in the genre to say, oh, what are you guys doing for hospice? Let me check these guys out.
Exactly. I mean, if worst case scenario you can't make it and you've already pre-registered, you've just donated to hospice. I mean, there is no downfall to it. If we do have a problem with rain, I'm 100% positive we'll find a rain date for it.
Okay.
We'll make it known. We have new flyers. I don't know if most people have seen. That is the new one. The older ones didn't have the pre-register on it.
Okay.
But the new ones do, and we're passing them around. We're posting them on Facebook.
Yep, and a lot of local places are taking them and hanging them in their windows. And
Yep.
I know Blue Top has one, Lady Gourmet and Griffith has one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So basically everywhere we go, we got a handful, right?
Yeah, and if anybody needs to find it, it's going to be on our Facebook page as well. So hospicecalumet.org. You can check it out. We're going to update it. Anytime that we get updates, we try to put those up in there. But it's Sunday, July 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Like he said, all proceeds are going to hospice of the Calumet area. So it's a charity car and bike show. So, so it's a $25 registration.
Yep.
You could do it on site or you could pre-register.
You can pre-register.
And then Jake's information, his Zelle, Apple Pay, and PayPal's on there. And it's 550 Superior Avenue, Munster, Indiana, 46321. Laborers Local 41. So in Las Mamacitas.
Yes, and we've been told by multiple people they are a very good food truck.
Okay.
That nobody's ever had a complaint with them. They are going to have 2 different types of meat. I think steak and chicken, and then a couple of desserts on the truck as well. And then we are shooting for the ice cream carts that you can rent. And we're going to have some of our laborers go around the car show. We're probably going to stay closer to the garage door.
Okay.
We're going to have bathrooms out there as well. So, I mean, everything's going to be convenient. We're going to have a check-in booth at the front of the parking lot.
Yep.
I'll probably be the one out there. We're going to have 3 judges, and we're going to have quite a different number of categories as far as, like, the judging standpoints. So, I mean, no matter what, if you come out there, you're having a good time. We're going to judge it fairly. We're going to have a good time. And I honest to God think it's going to be one of the coolest things we've done. We like doing the parades, especially the 4th of July one that's coming up. Every time everybody comes out, we always have a good time. We always get a decent amount of people, and we're hoping to show kind of a double-sided sword here, show people what a good cause it would be. And if you've never heard about the Laborers, you can come out, talk, see what it's about, and it's a long-lasting, great career with a good retirement and great health benefits.
Is there music there? I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Live music. Jake's going to play the guitar and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you play, Jake?
No.
Okay. Well, you start that day. Every expert was once a
I'm going to try it, yeah. Give it my best shot. We're going to get the mic out, karaoke.
We'll get you the ukulele. Too,
There you go.
Yeah.
So before the show, we were talking a little bit about your union. Jake, how long have you been here now?
I've been in for 2 years. I'm a 5th-generation labor, and it means a lot to me that we can keep it going. It's a long-lasting career, like I've said. It has great health benefits. It's one of the best things that you can do as far as not going to college. If you know how to use college, it's one of the greatest tools we have. But you need men to do the jobs that need to be done to keep the world going around, and the laborers are one of the most very important ones because it has such a broad range, everything from asphalt to refractory in the mills and BP and whatnot. It's such a great opportunity to get involved. It's a brotherhood, if nothing else. We all take care of each other.
And that's important, too, right? Because, that's the reason why people join gangs, because they want some kind of brotherhood.
Want family
and even
almost,
if it's the negative part of it, there's a lot of good gangs out there, and the laborers union's
Yeah.
one of them. And
Absolutely.
and I think people need to understand it's like everybody is not fit for college, and even college kids nowadays are turning to the unions because they see, hey, there's maybe some opportunities that I missed, or
Absolutely.
and it's amazing that you guys are out there, and not only that you guys are doing this type of work, but that you guys are so philanthropically minded,
Yeah.
that you guys want to give back or do something. Because
Well, and that's that double-edged sword there. Not only does it help us, it helps the community. We're getting our name out there. We're getting more members to grow stronger, and the more members we have, the more we can help.
Donnie, how about you? Talk about your history with the union
Oh, where do you want to start?
at the beginning.
I've been in since 2009, so that's
Okay.
going on 15 years. Graduated high school in
Where'd you graduate high school from?
Griffith.
Okay.
Yep. Actually, we both graduated from Griffith.
Oh, nice.
So
Congratulations.
I've been in for about 15 years.
Okay.
Been in the office for going on 4, I believe now. And we represent about 1,200 members. So, like Jake said, also, anything from asphalt to concrete, curb and gutter, sidewalks, to laying the sewers in the newer neighborhoods and the pipeline jobs for NIPSCO, things like that. And we do a lot of the refractory in the mills. So, Cleveland Cliffs, BP, we
Okay.
go in and we tear out and have a hand helping put that stuff back. So, for me, we've done a lot of work, volunteer work, when we started this volunteer organizing committee.
Okay.
And we've done volunteer work in the past. It's just never been out there, I guess you could say.
Okay.
We've done a lot of work with the DSA, the food bank. Jake's went over there and did a lot of work with the food bank. What's the other things that we've done?
Phil's Friends. It's,
Phil's
Oh
Friends.
yeah, that's a
Yep.
great organization.
Absolutely.
So Phil's Friends, they make basically
Care packages?
care packages
Yep.
for cancer patients,
Yep.
right? Yep.
blankets,
Yep,
et
blankets.
cetera, going on. I mean,
Yeah.
just good things. When you get the box, you feel good about it.
Right.
It's a good deal. Yep.
Yes.
Not only
very
that, but
nice.
it teaches our members how to color and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a
You
good
gotta
idea.
stay inside the
Stay
line.
inside the line.
That's a hard thing
Very
for some of
helpful
us.
for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. Yep. So
Yeah,
that's where
we
we're
did
at.
those boxes too for St. Mike's at our church, and the kids they were asking me to put. My daughter loves Kiss,
Yeah.
so she's like, "Dad, can you draw the Kiss guys on there?"
Yeah.
And so we made them a little bit more friendlier, like cartoons.
Well,
There
so
you
I
go.
went on, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, and I've never been there before. I've never even heard much about it, but it is one of the most, I would say, awesome organizations, nonprofit, because it is such a cool thing. They don't ask much of anybody, but it is such a heart welcoming. When you get a birthday
Yeah.
card, when somebody just writes you a note, is that not the coolest thing? So getting a care package when you're down on your luck
Right.
is amazing.
Well, actually, my mom, before she succumbed to her cancer, she received a box from Phil's, and she just thought it was one of the most heartwarming
Oh,
things.
absolutely.
Because it's like, here are
Somebody's
these
thinking about you.
strangers
Yep.
that are praying for you and thinking about you and, caring enough to
Don't want
put a
nothing from
package
you, just wanna
together
help.
and just let you know that they're there to support and encourage.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, Donnie. Go ahead.
No,
Continue.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So, Damien, you got a hot rod?
I do not. My dad had a. It's funny because my wife and I were just talking about this.
You got to get one now.
She's got. My dad had a Pontiac Solstice 2006, and he loved that little vehicle.
Mhm.
But his dream was always to have a Corvette.
Okay.
So my wife's. She's like, "You're gonna get that Corvette, aren't you?" Because I promised him. Actually, the day he died, I said, "Dad, we're gonna get your Corvette this summer." And he's like, "Are you serious?" I go, "Yeah, you always wanted one," and so he got his Pontiac Solstice, but his dream was always to have a Corvette. So we love this little car. It reminds us of him.
Yeah.
It's got the POWMIA plates on there.
There you go.
Because I told my wife, I said, "Yeah, he's just missing in action. He's still here."
There you go.
So it's kind of neat because every time I see that little car, I think of him. But
That's Donnie's specialty is Corvettes. I mean,
yeah.
I had one a long
Yeah.
time ago, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
Mhm.
They're really cool. So that was his dream to have one, and so one of these days I'll figure out how to get one and just think about him all the time.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Good for you.
yeah, Corvettes are cool. I mean, there's a lot of cars that are cool.
Yeah. I'm a big Mustang guy.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully mine will be parked out in the front in the grass.
What
We're-
year's your Mustang?
It's 22.
Okay.
I bought it right after high school, after I joined the Laborers, and I couldn't love that car anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd take it out every weekend, get ice cream, whatnot.
That's
And
cool.
where I bought some magnets.
What
It's got
color
the
is it?
Labor. It's all black.
Okay.
Yep. I bought magnets to go on the side of the car. It's going to say Labor's Local 41. Hopefully we can park it out in the grass, get some more attention.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to hopefully get a banner. What's on the corner there? The hospital?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I got a banner coming. We're going to try and put it out there. I'm going to try and speak to the people out there, kind of day of the car show, get
Okay.
some attention down there.
Yep.
Like I told you out in the hall, we're not going to turn nobody away. If you got a cool car and the parking lot's packed, we'll start lining the street.
Yes,
Try and just be respectful
It's
about
a great family event that you guys put
Absolutely.
together. I mean, with ice cream and mamacitas,
Yep.
you know, music,
Yep.
and I mean, just come out and take a look at.
Absolutely.
You know, you can admire these cars from afar, and who knows. You might make
Well, I
an
mean,
offer.
even if you don't have a car, just coming out, eating some tacos, and going home. I
Right.
mean, it's going to be a good time no matter what.
That is cool. So the judging is going to start at what time?
12 to 3.
Okay.
And we'll probably go to more like 2 and start giving out the awards at like 2:30. Like I said, there's 8 awards. We're going to try and be as fair as possible. We're going to go for, I think, we have 3 judges. We're all going to have 1 paper per car.
Okay.
And it has 5 categories: paint, modified, engine, and I can't remember the 2 other categories, but they all have a 5-tier ranking to them, so 1 out of 5, kind of judge that way. I know a lot of guys out at Munster. They love that Munster car show.
Okay.
So I've been talking to a lot of them, and they're going to get out there, especially some of the guys at Blue Top as well.
Okay. Now, have you had any registrations so far?
Yes, we've had about 10 or 11.
Okay.
And we're really trying to get pre-registers up just so we can get an estimate of how many people are going to be there.
Okay.
So if we can get more people pre-registered, I know a lot of older people don't use online banking, which that's perfectly fine. That's why
Yeah.
we're doing the on-site.
And there's a lot of people that are going to do same day. I mean, it's just
Exactly.
every event. It's like always.
It's kind of word of mouth the weekend before. You're going to have a bunch of people swarm in, and that's what I'm saying. As long as we can be respectful about it, I know we're going to use your parking lot a
Yep.
little bit. Our parking lot holds what?
I think 92 is
92?
what you had. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
we got
we're-
about 20. So
yeah, so we'll get up to about 100 there. If we have to start lining the front of the street, we can. We just need to be respectful about it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be really cool. We're really excited about this because this is something different.
Oh, absolutely.
And Hot Rods for Hospice, that's just a really cool name that you guys came up with.
It's got a
Oh,
ring to it.
Oh, it does, absolutely.
Yeah, it's cool. I can see this becoming huge. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we can get a good roll on it, it'd be nice to do it every summer, kind of like how we do the 4th of July parade every summer, the Memorial Day parade. It'd be a good event. I know we do a cookout at Wicker Park sometimes just for the members.
Okay.
It's truly a cool thing just because of how many people show up, have a good time, you know.
That is cool. But we appreciate you guys and what you do for not only us but for the community.
Oh, it couldn't be
You
a
know.
better partner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are so thrilled. Somebody said, well, why don't we do the people right next door? And as soon as someone said that, Scott was like, Hot Rods for Hospice. I mean, that is just absolutely perfect.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So what is the most fulfilling or rewarding part of your job for you, Jake?
Getting the job done. I'm a little crazy. If I can't get the job done, it irritates me a little bit. So I always try and do my best to give a good day's work. It's kind of something that's beaten into your head once you get into the trades.
Okay.
And I can't find nothing better than getting the job done in a good manner, doing the best you
Now
can.
you said you came from 3 generations of
Fifth.
laborers? Or
Fifth.
Fifth? Oh,
Yep.
fifth generation of laborers.
Yep.
That's pretty amazing.
It
right?
is. Yep.
That's cool. Congratulations.
Oh, I mean, it's
Keeping that strong there.
you got to keep going.
Yeah. How about you, Donnie? What's the most rewarding part for you?
Putting guys to work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's part of my job is putting guys to work. So, you know, I think we're sitting on about 40 guys on the out of work list right now, and we
Okay.
represent 1,200 members. So, you know, most of our guys are working, and if they're not working, it's because they're choosing not to.
Yeah.
You know, summers are typically busy for us, going back to how our work goes. Can't lay asphalt and can't pour concrete in the winter. So summers are typically busy for us. Right now, probably not because it's raining. But fulfilling for me is putting guys out to work.
Okay.
Yep. So when the list is getting long, that means we gotta start figuring some stuff out.
So,
When
so when
it's
you-
almost always zero. I mean, in the
Yep.
summertime, it's almost always empty.
So those winter months when they do get a little tough, what are you guys doing, or what's?
So, I mean, a lot of times there will be outages out of BP, things like that.
Okay.
certain jobs will pop up during the winter, but it'll never be more than a month or two.
Right.
And a lot of times you're making 80 grand throughout the spring, summer, fall months. So it's nice to have a couple weeks off.
Okay.
Not that it's nice to stop making money, but it's a good vacation. It's a good time to take a break, kind of rest up.
So you guys don't technically have the teacher schedule, but you get some time off there
Yeah.
in the summer.
Yeah.
Actually,
Winter
your
time's a little
summer.
bit slower. Yep.
Okay.
It's one of the best. Like I said, college is a great tool, but if you can get into a trade, especially a union one, there is no other match for benefits, pension. We have an annuity now that's almost what, $6,
Yep.
$5.
$5.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And I mean, time I retire, I know it'll be close to almost $500,000. You can take it as almost like a pension check or take it in a lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
That's taxed. I think at like 25%.
You're talking
Yeah. But I mean,
later
it
on
is-
down the road.
Yeah.
Now, somebody out there that's thinking or hearing this, how do they get in touch with you guys?
What's the website?
So we do applications. We used to do them in February. Now we do them in January.
Okay.
So we do our applications online. They get on there. Basically, they can download the PDF, take it to the library and print it out, or print it out at home, however they want to. Then all the requirements and the dates to turn them in are on that first page.
Okay.
And then we do our interviews, face-to-face math assessment, and then we do a physical test too.
Okay.
And then typically we hire out of that pool.
Cool.
And then also we have that website as well,
Yep.
in
Lyona-
case we need more people.
LionaBuildsIndiana.org
Yeah.
is where you can fill out an assessment as well.
Now, what's Liuna?
Liona is Labor's International Union in North America. So
Okay.
that is our international brand, our logo.
How I was talking about the international, they set up this movement called Labor's Rising.
Yep.
And Labor's Rising is just that volunteer organizing committee.
Okay.
And it's just a small group of people from the members of the hall that get together. I know we decided to do Climb for Air in Chicago at Soldier Field, and a bunch of our members got
What was
together.
Climb for Air?
So you climb the stairs at
Oh,
Soldier
okay.
Field, and it is such an amazing cause. It's for the Lung Association, and it helps people with lung cancer, lymphoma, and whatever else. And I think you have to raise $150 per person. I think we were 9th overall, and we raised just over $2,000.
Wow.
So, I mean, it is, and I was only about 10 of us.
And that's a lot of stairs. We were just
Oh,
there
absolutely.
to watch Billy
Absolutely.
Joel. And
That's why I
on
didn't
Friday,
go.
And man,
Yeah.
that's a lot of stairs.
We had our members pushing through. I know a lot of our guys finished pretty high on the list. It was a good time. We all liked it quite a bit. Like Donnie said, we did the food bank of Northwest Indiana,
Okay.
and we'll go over there. I know at first they kind of had us out there doing shelves, so we were putting together those industrial shelves
yeah,
to stack
yeah.
the food.
Yep.
And then after that, we had about 6 or 7 guys out there just doing the food bank. And, man, I tell you, we had that line moving. We were – because you push the carts out there, you load their cars.
Right.
We had a system going. I
Okay.
mean, and not to mention Food Bank of Northwest Indiana, they already had it down. So, I mean, when the laborers got there, we had that line moving. People were so impressed how fast that line was moving.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, when you get out there and you're in the community and,
Yeah.
people feel pride, right? Just,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Being part of that community and,
Absolutely.
and seeing the fruits of their labors and seeing how it touches lives, and that's really incredible.
Yeah.
So, so this is going to be great. So let's talk a little bit more and remind everybody about this Hot Rods for Hospice. So that date again is Sunday, July 28th.
Yep.
And it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And anybody can look on hospicecalumet.org on our Facebook page and get the information.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pre-registration information on site or pre-registration, Zelle, Apple Pay. It's got all kind of numbers there. They've got Jake's information.
Yep.
And so it's going to be at 550 Superior Avenue in Munster, 46321. Laborers Local 41, and then it's going to have a little bit of a carryover to our hospice right next door.
Yep.
And Las Mamacitas food truck, ice cream for kids, and it is also a bike show.
It's a bike show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were kind of trying to hit a broad audience at first, not trying to narrow it down to just classic, just trucks, just muscle cars or whatever. And we think having a broad overview, it'll be a good crowd. I know we have quite a bit of bikes already saying they're going to go. I think we have 4 bikes pre-registered.
Okay.
I love motorcycles. I think it's going to be a great crowd. We can sell 2 spots per for a motorcycle, so
Uh-huh.
1 parking spot can hold 2. So the more motorcycles that can come, the better. It's going to be a great crowd. I know there's a lot of Harley, a lot of crotch rocket groups in Northwest Indiana.
Yep.
So everybody that wants to come, we'd be happy to have them. I mean,
Yeah,
it'd be a
and
great crowd.
And what's funny is, we talk about Harley enthusiasts. That one of our patients, he had this bike that he had just gotten, and unfortunately he got real sick, and he was at our Riley house, and
Mm-hmm.
he had told his daughter, man, I wish I had my Harley parked outside so I could see it, because we have these huge, beautiful bay windows.
Yeah.
So we went and got the Harley
No.
and brought it
There
to
you
his
go.
window.
Yeah.
And so his last few days, his kids were out there taking pictures, his grandkids, and he would go out there and just take a look at it, and it was pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, just the
That's
little
really
things
cool.
that make you happy.
It is
Absolutely.
really cool. Just the little things. And one of the nurses called and she said, "Hey," she told me this story, and I was like, "Well, let's make it happen." And it's incredible, because those kind of things, you go above and beyond, and it just
I mean,
make somebody
not
feel
that
good.
it's a massive gesture, but that one,
Right.
that just scene of that Harley made him happy.
Yes. So we were
Absolutely.
really happy, and especially the guys at Calumet Harley, before they closed up shop, were out there really cool and trying to accommodating and bringing it up there so for us. So we appreciate those guys. So that's how cool those bikes are.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. I
yeah.
mean, they're more often than not, it's not necessarily about the car or the Harley. It's about the memories that are attached to it. And I know my dad, he had a bunch of Corvettes when I was growing up. So, I mean, all I could think about is I love cars. It's one of my favorite things to do. And the fact that a car show is going to benefit somebody else and we're all having a good time, how can that not be any more perfect?
Right, and they're good memories, right? I mean, it brings a lifetime of memories, and those are the things that we coin cherishing life here at Hospice of the Calumet Area, and all those memories are
absolutely.
part of that. Well, let me repeat the information one more time. So that's Sunday, July 28th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be out there and really excited. Hot Rods for Hospice, charity car and bike show, and all the information you can find online. So we want to thank you guys for coming out and,
yeah.
and
Yep, thanks
talking
for
to
having
us
us.
about not only hospice, but your local laborers 41, because it's so important.
Well, and I mean, this is just the exact thing we're looking for. We're looking to reach out to the community, help everybody we can, get members, and build a stronger community.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining for another series of Cherishing Life, and hospicecalumet.org, 219-922-2732. Anybody has hospice or transitions questions, we'd love to answer any of those things for you guys. And thank you guys for joining us once again.
Thank you guys so much.